afternoon. Welcome back. My name's Dave, and this is McHero Siding, my N-scale layout. I guess I really haven't ever said this before. I'm going to say it now. It's based on Huron Central short line between Sudbury and the Sioux. Sudbury has the nickel mine, and the Sioux has a steel mill. I don't have room to put a steel mill on. I may, if I ever expand this layout, I may do a steel mill and add it on, but it doesn't right now. Anyway, that's beside the point. So today what we're going to do is we're going to start planning out the roadways inside of the mill itself. I've got a big sheet of white paper that's laid down, tacked to the layout. I've got some templates of turning circles that are appropriate for semi-trucks. And the reason for that is when I did the refinery, I made a full sort of U-turn kind of thing, and I got a comment from a viewer saying there's no way a truck could do that, that the circle was too tight. So I went back and started to hunt the internet for turning circles for semis, and I found a wonderful piece of documentation that gives me a full U-turn, and I've printed out several of them, and I've got them over on the layout, and we're gonna work through those and plan out where all of the roadways are going to be on the layout, so that we can eventually use this foam to do the base of all of the pavement and roadways inside the mill itself. So without further ado, I'm going to walk over to the layout, and we'll get started on this, which what I hope will be short. I know I always say that, and it ends up being longer than some people like, but this one I'm really hoping to keep short because I've done quite a bit of prep already. So anyway, just in a second here, join me over at the layout. So it looks like I forgot to switch, or the switcher didn't switch. So I'm going to go back over, and I'm going to do it again so you can see what I did. It'll be a little faster because everything's marked out, and it'll be much faster to do. So anyway, right now you're looking at what the paperwork looks like. I'm going to explain it so you can see it, and then we'll say our goodbyes. I apologize for the mistake. So we're over here now, and hopefully the camera is here. I think it is. So I'm just going to explain everything to you. So what you're seeing is the layout for the road itself. And what I had was, or what I have, is this template that has a semi-truck drawn on it that shows its turning radiuses. So what we've done is we've made sure that the radiuses for each of these curves and spaces here is right. So the first thing was to establish this hole is where this sits. And so what I did is I laid this down, traced around it, and then taped it to a scrap of paper going this way and a scrap of paper going this way, so we have the curve here. Then the next thing was to establish how they would get to the weigh scale, which goes here. And again, using the same template, drew around the template, some straight lines, and that gave us this strip of road. Then to get it to come to go from the weigh scale to the truck dump, put this in here, drew the circle, added a scrap of paper, turned this around, put it in place, traced it, and that gets us to the trunk duct. So that's that front half of the pavement inside the mill. This square is for the weigh scale building that goes with the weigh scale. It's going to sit on there. That's to make sure that it's the same height as the weigh scale itself. You know, I should never put brass railing on until I'm absolutely finished anything. I keep bending it and having to straighten it. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. The next step was to get trucks to these loading bays on the warehouse. So again, same template, lay it down, and draw a road that goes to here. Once the road was drawn, turned the template over and put it here, drew the curve and joined the pavement up to the front of the building. And then I realized that the trucks are so long. This is longer than a standard semi-trailer, but I realized that they would need to be able to turn and then back up. So I extended this part of the pavement further down so that it's a large space there. The last part of it was to get to the parking lot for the office and employees. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make this. I'm going to do something here to make this the employees' parking lot. So here we did again the same deal, just to get the right radius. Drew a straight line here. Drew a straight line to the corner of this building. Curve and straight line to the back, and then a straight line across the back of the office, because the office has a loading bay for its own supplies at the back of the office, so there needs to be pavement back here. And now I'm just realizing that I never put in any place for the employees to park. So I'm going to grab my ruler, and we're going to just going to draw a line there for now, and maybe where's my little triangle? Here we go. Just and another line here. And we'll extend this line, the pavement. We might as well make it solid, go all the way. So that means that this line doesn't get cut, doesn't get used. So that makes more sense now. So that should do it for today. That's just a quick run through of what I did to set this up. I'm probably going to put the foam, roll the foam out this way, and then there'll be a seam somewhere here, where because the foam is not as wide as this white piece of paper. So next week, the foam will be cut out. I'm going to take this piece of paper off. I'm going to cut it out, and then I'm going to lay the foam underneath it. Or yes, the foam underneath it, the paper on top, and I'm going to trace the outline of everything. I'm going to use this marker, because it's a very thin marker, and I should be okay doing that. The white paper is thick enough, I think, for me to easily be able to put the pen against the edge and trace. So that's it for today. I want to thank you for watching, and we'll go back and say our goodbyes, this time for real, I think. Okay, yes we are. All right, we'll fade to there. So I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank all of you who subscribed. I believe we're at 570 7, I think, was the last time I looked, which amazes me. I'm glad people find it informative enough to watch the channel and subscribe. So, as always, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and remember, it's your railroad, and you can do it any way you want. And thanks. I'll see you next week.